Did you know that Tempe Lake in Arizona is a hidden hotspot for carp fishing enthusiasts? Yes, nestled between the busy streets of Tempe, Arizona, lies a serene oasis of water that's teeming with one of the most challenging and thrilling catches for any angler, the mighty carp. Carp are not just plentiful in Tempe Lake, they're practically an institution. It's not uncommon to reel in carp that tip the scales at over 20 pounds here. And the best part, this is a year-round sport. Thanks to Arizona's warm climate, you can enjoy the thrill of carp fishing regardless of the season. From the chilly days of winter to the scorching heat of summer, these resilient fish continue to thrive and challenge anglers of all skill levels. Carp fishing isn't just about casting your line and waiting. It's a battle of wits and patience. These fish are known for their size, sure, but they're even more renowned for their fighting spirit. They're crafty and tenacious, often putting up a fight that would make even the most seasoned angler break a sweat. But that's where the thrill lies, in the anticipation and the challenge. It's not just a pastime, it's an adventure, a game of endurance and determination that can only be truly appreciated when you're there, rod in hand, feeling the weight of a carp pulling at the other end. And while the challenge of reeling in a carp is a key part of the appeal, it's not just about the fight, it's about the environment, the camaraderie among fellow anglers, and the tranquility that comes with being out on the water. It's about the subtle tug of the line, the gentle lapping of the water against the hull, and the distant hum of city life that makes Tempe Lake such a unique carp fishing destination. Now that you know why Tempe Lake is the perfect spot, let's dive into how to catch these impressive fish. Catching a carp isn't just about luck, it requires the right equipment. Think of it as setting the stage for a great performance. You wouldn't expect a pianist to play a concerto on a toy piano, would you? The same applies to carp fishing. Let's start with the fishing rod. Now, you might think any old rod will do, but that's where you'd be mistaken. For carp fishing, you need a carp-specific rod. These rods are generally longer, sturdier, and have more backbone to handle the weight and fight of a carp. They are designed to cast heavy weights, often over great distances. So if you want to catch a carp, it's worth investing in a rod built for the job. Then there's the reel. A bait runner reel is your best bet for carp fishing. Why, you ask? Well, a bait runner reel allows the carp to take the bait and run with it, without feeling the resistance of the reel. This increases your chances of a successful hook set, as the carp is less likely to drop the bait. Next up, the line. A good quality monofilament line is usually the best choice for carp fishing. Its stretch and abrasion resistance are perfect for the job. And remember, carp are powerful swimmers and can easily break a weak line, so don't skimp on this. Finally, the bait. If there's one thing carp love, it's corn and boilies. Corn is a cheap, readily available bait that carp find hard to resist. Boilies, on the other hand, are specially designed carp baits, made from a mixture of fish meal, milk proteins, bird food, and other ingredients. They are highly attractive to carp and come in a range of flavors to suit different conditions. So there you have it. The right rod, reel, line, and bait can make all the difference when it comes to carp fishing. With the right gear ready, you're one step closer to reeling in a big one. Casting your line correctly can make all the difference between a successful catch and a missed opportunity. To truly master the art of carp fishing, you must understand that it's not just about throwing your line into the water and hoping for the best. It's about precision and strategy. Accurate casting is paramount in carp fishing. You want to ensure your bait lands in the right spot, ideally where the carp are feeding. This requires careful observation and understanding of the water body you're fishing in. Look for signs of carp activity, like bubbles on the water surface or patches of floating debris. These are often indicators of carp feeding spots. Finding the right spot in the water is half the battle. Carp are creatures of habit and they often return to the same feeding areas. So if you've had success in a particular spot before, it's worth trying that spot again. But remember, the wind direction, water temperature, and time of day can all affect carp behavior. So you'll need to take these factors into account. Now let's talk about the casting process. The key is to aim for a smooth, controlled cast. You don't want to scare the carp away with a big splash. Aim to have your bait land gently on the water surface. Once your bait is in the water, it's time to wait. Patience truly is a virtue in carp fishing. It can sometimes take hours for a carp to find your bait, but don't be tempted to reel in too soon. Wait for the telltale signs that a carp has taken your bait, like a tug on the line or the rod tip bending. Striking at the right time is crucial. Too early, and you risk pulling the hook out of the carp's mouth. Too late, and the carp could spit out your bait. So wait for the right moment, then reel in with a steady, controlled motion. Remember, patience is key in carp fishing. They might make you wait, but the reward is worth it. Once a carp takes the bait, the real battle begins. This is the moment every angler anticipates, yet it's also a moment fraught with challenge. You see, carps are notorious for their strength and stamina. Hooking one is one thing, but reeling it in, that's a different ballgame altogether. The first rule of thumb is maintaining tension. Once a carp is hooked, it's crucial to keep the line taut. A slack line gives the carp a chance to throw the hook, turning your triumph into a tale of the one that got away. Remember, this is a tug of war. You pull, then the carp pulls. It's a dance, a test of wills, and you must lead. Of course, leading the dance requires skillful use of your rod and reel. The rod is your primary tool in this battle, acting as a lever that applies pressure on the carp. Lift the rod to apply pressure and lower it when the carp is pulling. It's like a seesaw, a balancing act that requires both strength and finesse. The reel, on the other hand, is your means of retrieval. When the carp is tired and stops pulling, reel in line. But be careful not to reel while the carp is running. This could break the line, or worse, your rod. Remember, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Patience is key. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the carp in the water. These fish are strong, yes, but they're also clever. They'll try to outsmart you, head for obstacles, dive into weeds. Your job is to steer them clear, to control their path. It's a chess game, and you're aiming for checkmate. Above all, don't rush. The battle with a carp is not won in haste. It's won with patience, with a steady hand, and with respect for the creature at the other end of the line. With determination and technique, you'll be able to land your carp. This is not just a battle, it's an adventure, a dance, a game. It's the heart and soul of carp fishing. Fishing for carp in Tempe Town Lake is an adventure worth experiencing. This urban oasis nestled in the heart of the desert is more than just a picturesque backdrop for your fishing tales. It's a popular hub for carp fishing, attracting enthusiasts from across the state and beyond. The lake, with its calm, serene waters, is home to a thriving population of carp. These hardy fish are known for their fight, making every catch an exhilarating challenge. But as we've seen, it's not just about the thrill of the catch. You need the right equipment to ensure your carp fishing adventure is a success. Remember, a sturdy rod and reel are essential. Carp are strong, they fight hard, and they can easily snap a weak line or rod. So invest in a robust setup. Don't forget your landing net, and always have a carp mat ready. After all, we're here for the love of the sport and the respect for the fish. Now, casting techniques can make or break your carp fishing experience. Whether you choose the overhead cast, the side cast, or the pendulum cast, remember that precision and distance are key. Practice makes perfect, so don't be disheartened if you don't get it right the first time. Reeling in a carp, that's where the real adventure lies. The tug of war between you and the fish, the anticipation, the adrenaline rush. It's a feeling that's hard to beat. But remember, patience is your best friend here. Let the fish tire itself out before you start reeling it in. This adventure isn't just about fishing, it's about connecting with nature, challenging yourself, and experiencing the thrill of the catch. So gear up, cast your line, and experience the thrill of carp fishing in Tempe Town Lake, Arizona.